Hey, Laura J, sitting out in what is turning out to be an amazing Indian summer where we get a beautiful day in fall that would normally be in the summer. So it's called Indian summer for a reason I know not. But now that I've said it, I wonder if we can all figure it out because somebody shares it with us. And I am pointing to the flower bed that had a tremendous number of tomato plants in them this summer that I had planted and stewarded and cared for and tended to, and myself and Jordy and others who live here were able to enjoy the bounty of, and yet some didn't touch those plants because they were seen to be ours. And the one who did was like, I can't believe you took them. They were still producing. And it's like, yeah, but I didn't know that we were going to get a day like this. And on the day when I had energy and it was like this, I got the job done. And I don't feel guilty about that because that is one less thing I have to do in the cold, shitty weather because I didn't do it on the warm, hot one when I had the energy and motivation. And I just share that with you to bust the illusion, which is what the dragonfly oftentimes is symbolized as, with the geraniums in front and my shadow cast at the back. So I will ask you to consider whether you want to get the job done or whether you want to enjoy the fruits that come from what will then be a job for someone else to do if you don't volunteer to do it for them, as to what would compel them to wait on fulfilling the order or task. And then I ask you how that relates to the public officials that are being put on notice as to what we notice. Because once we have noticed it, then we can write it in a notice and then notify the public officials holding office in the corporate sector of the public domain, where do the main thing is what the main character is then implied to do all the time, because they allow themselves to be defined by the title, status, position, personage, whatever is put over top of them. So, my friend, it is time for us to recognize that we are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the ones who are here in this shared field of collective consciousness. We're the ones who are here. So, with that being said, why not put the best on the table? We can all come together, we can share what we've been doing, why we've been doing it. We can learn and grow together. And based on your best efforts and my best efforts and the best efforts of everyone in my sphere, my circle, my proximity, that I become aware of, and then say, hey, you want to come on to the Peaceful Inner Warriors Weaving Intentional Inner Webs program? Do you want to actually come in to share the best that you've got to save everyone else who has not had the chance to do the research that you have to find the true source as the resource that then you can share with others because you became aware of the source and then share the source with others? That's what resourcefulness is, the ability to share with others. And so, now, I dare you, I double dog dare you to not get caught in dog Latin, the dogged language that earmarks the page where you stopped being you and became the page who would deliver messages for one who is a cartoon character, which is why they characterize you. When you step into the courts to play a role, you're defined by, instead of no more being whole, as the woman I am when I stand in first person. Now I become she because you're telling my life story. And you may or may not be getting the details right. And if the details are not right, well, then it might fright me into thinking I am other than I am. Because if others say so, who have so much more training, awareness, insight, age, stage, whatever it is that we see the other have, we compare ourselves to that and then we feel less than, when it is not true nor necessary. So, is it useful? Is it helpful? Is it loving? Is it kind? We have to see that we create karma between one another when we enter the debts system. That's the double entry booking trust system, my friends. And there is an interlocking trust system that is serving as the roof on Dr. and Mrs. Vandertramp's house within La Maison d'Etre in the public sphere of Hourglass, which has a private and public sphere with us in the center. So, dear, I want you to see that the deer is a pathfinder, which is why we start our letters that way. Dear so-and-so as a salutation, they say. Well, we're the pathfinder, and deer directs our attention as to who gets to be put on notice next to the deer. Oh, I fear no more. It's true that I'm here to do what's in my core, which is my heart. I know that it's hard to row and tow a line that hurts, that's marked with sharp edges that slice and dice us. Oh, wouldn't it be nice to know who we're here with? We can only endorse what we know, which is about who. Who do we know and who wants to know us? That's the best question we must ask, and then we shall receive. Oh, leave a comment below.